Recording now.
Hi, I'm Connor Anderson, and this is my magazine proposal called Revolution. The name of my magazine is going to be called Revolution. This magazine is going to focus on artists from the 90s era and the Britpop era, and mainly like the alternative rock era. I'm going to have this target audience of 16 to 30-year-old males because I feel like the content in this magazine will appeal to them more. The font will be bold so it can catch the audience's attention in the shops. The main competitors of my magazine will be Q and GQ because they publish rock magazines and British rock magazines similar to my content. But what's going to make my content different is I'm going to do a few more subgenres of rock just to give a bit more diverse content than only just British rock or rock. Revolution, as I've said, the content in this magazine will focus on artists that were considered revolutionary for their time or made a big impact on the industry back in the day. It will also feature modern artists as well that are making, putting a foot in the industry in today's music. The theme of the magazine will have a busy theme but a messy theme, keeping in with the whole rebellious, revolutionary kind, not following the norm, keeping to the whole rebellious theme. This will appeal to the young audience because it's a bit unorganised, but it will also appeal to the older audience because of the content that will be featured on the front of the magazine as well. As I've said, the target audience will be 18 to 30-year-old males, as I feel like the content in this magazine will be for a mature audience and not for a younger audience. Because for a younger audience, I feel like they wouldn't be able to relate to the content that will be shown, hence why we're going for 18 to 30-year-old. Also, how I've gone for aiming at males rather than both males and females, because the artists and content shown is not really what women would usually listen to, so that's why I've just gone for males. As the magazine is mainly about British music, it will be released in Britain as we hope to gather a big British target audience. This is my mood board for my magazine. As you can see, there's very British artists on here, and I've gone for the red, blue and white colours similar to the Union Jack flag, keeping with the whole British and rock theme. We've got guitars, and we've got a few of the fonts here that will be shown in my magazine, going for the whole bold, messy, but stylish look. These are the fonts. The reason why the fonts are so important to me is because they're going to be a big indicator to the audience. It's going to catch them in the shop and be like, yes, this is the magazine I want to go for. It stands out, and they're going to think, right, it's going to have some good content, so I'm going for a bold but stylish look. The subheadings in the magazine will have a different style to the title to keep with the whole diversity of expressions and styles, and hopefully catch the audience's eyes. And it's just trying to give a message across that this magazine is a bit different than your other typical magazines you'll find in British rock. As I said, the content will have a very strong focus on British artists from the 90s era, the Britpop era, and also on today's era. A lot of the magazine will focus on how music has changed over the decades and like who's made the biggest impact and who's left the biggest footprint. It would also include very personal lives about these artists to break the stigma that celebrities have these perfect lives. It gives the audience a bit more of a chance to connect to these artists and celebrities. This is my mock page double spread. As you can see here, this gives you an idea of the content that will be featured in the magazine. It shows that this is Ian Brown talking about the struggles with his band, the Stone Roses, and basically how they broke up and how they were afterwards and what they've been up to. So it gives the audience a chance to like connect, you know, maybe relate to their problems if somebody have had bands that have broken up before and all that. This is my mock front cover. As I've said, it's going for the white, red and blue logo, as in connection to the Union Jack, keeping with the whole British theme. I feel like it captures a style for the British audience. I feel like they can relate to the whole style. As you see, we've got Liam Gallagher there in the front, who's a well-known British artist, so it'll grab their attention. And the subheadings are big and bold, so that's again keeping more of attention. I plan to launch my date in the month of April, as it's a very popular date for magazines to get released. I feel like it will bring in a bigger gross or bigger pay, if you will. In April, NME sold 308,938 issues in the month of April, with just a price of $3.50, which is what I've gone for, because I want my audience to be, say for working class man wants to buy my magazine, it's not too much. £3.50 seems like a good choice. Just instead of making it £4, then they wouldn't really want to buy it because it seems a bit too expensive. Yeah. And that is my proposal.
Okay, very good. Okay, feedback.
I like the content because it's all like alternative and stuff. I like how you got subgenres in there because it kind of like widens your audience a bit. And I like how it contains like new upcoming artists because then it just kind of gets them on the map, kind of gets them more like publicity. It's like a community sort of vibe. And I like the mood board. I like the colours and the fonts.
Thank you.
So.
I like the genre. I think it goes really well with the magazine. It's a lot about your audience.
I thought the title was really well thought.
Thank you.
Yeah. No? You wouldn't listen. That's fine. You're busy with that. Leah?
I like the colours.
Colette?
I wasn't listening, sorry.
Chloe?
I like the fact there is Britain based, that you like get a real loyal fan base, because unlike everyone else, you're targeting males only, and in Britain. So, and also the fact that the audience can connect more, is more realistic. You know exactly where you want this magazine to go.
Yeah. Again, a few of the points I've got here. In terms of presentation thing, you've got a lot of tiny text, large blocks of text in like tiny font on the thing. Maybe you would want to have scaled that up a bit, have less writing on there overall, perhaps more slides to get through everything, more talk around it, because again, it just you don't really be able to follow it on the slide, as it were. But again, your presentation was good, a good, strong, evocative title. I do like the thought towards alternative content. I like your approach of like sort of chaotic, sort of anarchic sort of approach. It was very much in keeping with the sort of genre you're after. It had that sort of echoes of like that sort of 70s punk kind of like sort of grunge, sort of messy kind of approach to style. In terms of target audience, again, good that you're skewing like for a male audience, but you don't want to limit yourself. So obviously aim for a target audience, but don't ever be thinking or ever really say that you're excluding females. Because again, not maybe traditionally, it's not a kind of music that females would listen to, but there will be females out there that would like your magazine and would like the content without. So again, have a little thought towards that as well. Nice thought about changing the fonts from issue to issue. It is a nice idea, but also it's a bit risky and could it risks a bit of like inconsistency, and you could potentially lose, like, or it could potentially put off your audience because there's not consistency, or they might, your audience might be looking for your magazine on the magazine stand, and then they might miss it completely because they're not looking for
the title will stay the same, just the
okay, so that's fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like the title will be the same, just the subheading will have a different style.
Okay, so that's fine. Okay, but again, interesting idea. Again, good thought towards colour scheme, red, white, and blue, keeping it very British. and again, good thought towards a competitive price point as well. So yeah, good. All right.